And we'll get started with Sarah Orleski from TSN. Go ahead, Sarah.
Mark, I know you spoke about it a little bit during training camp, but now that the game day is actually here, do you expect there to be a little bit of extra emotional carryover with this first game being against the Flames, given everything in the summer?
Just being back in hockey is all you need. Watch hockey last night to have a morning skate and, get back into your game routine. That's enough emotion to satisfy a lifetime. So, it'll be awesome. We're playing against a really good team in Calgary, and, they got better over the summer. So it's going to be a tough test. So it'll be great.
I'll go next to Kelly Moore from CJOB. Go ahead, Kelly.
Thanks, Gregor. Hey, Mark, a lot of talk in this training camp about cleaning things up defensively. How do you like your own and the team's defensive game as you go into this season opener tonight?
Yeah, it was definitely a big focal point during our training camp. So, it's going to be a good test tonight. Calgary's got a lot of high skilled forwards, guys that make plays, guys that go to the dirty areas. So, it's going to be a tough test tonight, and it's going to be a good, good measuring stick for, the start of the season. So we got to be prepared right from the get-go, and, it'll be exciting to see how it goes.
And I'll go next to Ken Weeb from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Ken.
Morning, Mark. Has it just become part of the new normal, the COVID-related protocol absences, and knowing the guys could be in and out of the lineup, or how are you approaching it personally?
Yeah, just kind of doing the same thing I've done, all off season, really. No one wants to get COVID. So, you gotta, deal with all the protocols. You gotta, make sure you're washing your hands, wearing a mask, not, your social distancing, all that stuff. It's kind of the same thing, that, I've been practicing, all off season is doing that same stuff, and, being, personally responsible for myself and, the positions I put myself in. And that's kind of all it takes. It takes every single guy to hold themselves accountable for that, and not for just us as players, but for, all of our communities, for our city, for everyone in this world. We all got to do our part, and that's where you got to take onus on yourself, and that's all you can really focus on.
And we'll go next to Jeff Hamilton from the Winnipeg Free Press. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Mark, understanding that, obviously you're grateful that you guys are able to play the game, in the world today and what's going on. But I'm just curious, as someone who puts so much into, their trade and always looking for an edge, just with COVID-19, what do you expect to be the biggest challenge for you personally as you continue to strive and be a better player?
There's no real challenge at all, I don't think. All the stuff with the COVID-related protocol kind of comes to the stuff that we've been practicing for, since this happened, 10 months ago. Wearing a mask, your own personal hygiene, washing your hands, social distancing, all that stuff has just kind of become the norm in the last 10 months. And, it's not even, you kind of have to make it, instinctual, right now. So, I still can, get in the gym and work out and get on the ice and work on my game. And, none of that really changes. So, in terms of that, it's just, it's what it is. And you have to roll with those punches. And, that's what I've done. I've continued to do my same routine. And, the only thing that really changes is the protocols that are in place to keep us all safe.
We'll go back to Sarah Orleski from TSN. Go ahead, Sarah.
Mark, just what stands out to you about your group heading into this season?
I think just the character, of our team, getting a guy like, Stastny, Nate Thompson, Trevor Lewis, Forbert, new faces that are guys that have played, on different teams, that have been, around the league, that have learned, that have won, all of it. I think that's the biggest thing. We have so many character guys in this room. And, that's what it comes down to, in a season as weird as this one's going to be, playing in the North Division, you need to rely on, coming together as a team, coming together as a brotherhood. There's going to be a lot of time spent with just our team. And, you have such character guys in the room, you can, hold each other accountable. You can lean on guys when you're struggling, that the other guys are going to hold you accountable. And I think that's the biggest thing. And I think we have to take that mentality, each and every game.
Sorry, just a quick follow-up to that. You talk about that veteran experience, and we've heard Paul speak about it as well. Given the way that this season is structured and kind of that playoff mentality right from the beginning, do you think that maybe the veteran experience is that much more important in a season like this, or could be?
Well, I think there's going to be so many ups and downs this season. You're playing against teams, on back-to-back nights. You're playing them so much more often. There's got to be, there's got to be give and take throughout the whole season. It's not just going to be go out and do the same thing over and over. There's going to be, different strategies to a different team. You see certain tendencies that they're doing in a game, and it's going to be your response back to them. So, I think that's going to be the tricky part is how we're all going to figure that out, how we're going to communicate as a team to be able to get those edges on other teams that you're playing against so often. And, and then they're going to try the exact same thing. You play Ottawa, game 3, you play them right back to back. If we do something that works, they're going to change it, and we have to anticipate that as well. So, it's kind of that playoff style where you're playing teams so frequently that it's going to be, there's going to be an aspect of learning and trying to, outsmart, outcoach your opponent.
And the last one, Ken Weeb from Sportsnet. Go ahead, Ken.
Mark, obviously the focus is on your own group, but what are the biggest challenges the Flames present, especially with Lindholm moving into the middle this year?
They got a lot of skilled guys up front, obviously, but I think the underrated part of their team is they have a lot of guys that love the dirty areas, the Kachucks, the Luciches, the Bennetts, Mangiapane, fellow Barrie boy, who loves to go to the dirty areas. That's great in front of the net, has a knack for scoring. We have to be aware not just of their skilled plays, but their ability to make little in tight plays, and then not to mention picking up Markstrom and net is a huge improvement. And you get a guy like Chris Tanev on the back end, which is a one of the best defensive defensemen in the league, and also can move the puck and shoot and do it all. So they're a good team. They're a team that's going to be a tough test, and we have to be on our game to beat them. So they got it all on that team.
Thanks very much, Mark.
Thanks, guys.